Well, it was a day that bulls would have dreamed of. Actually, this week has been like that, right? The first 3 days of the week, and you've erased all of the losses that came in because of Friday. The pain that Friday brought about has been bought into in a in a heroic fashion by the bulls, if you will. And if you were a bull, you would really like this. If you are a bear, or if you missed buying the bottom, then you'll be ruining the fact that, oh, why this is happening. Otherwise, if you are invested or if you're a bull, this has been a really sharp rally led today by, you would have to admit, what happened to a clutch of broader names, but Reliance Industries in particular. The big boy put its hand up and said, I am participating. 4.5% up today, single-handedly being the key reason for the markets to do what they did. However, you have to admit that some of the others like HDFC and ICICI Bank also did reasonably okay. They are heavyweights. I mean, Bajaj Finance went up, yes, but in terms of weightage on the index, some of the others have a much higher weightage, and as a result of which, you had this really sharp rally that we had in the markets. Yet another day when there were less than 10 losers. Remember, on Monday there was only Airtel. Yesterday there were about 4 or 5 losers. Today there are maybe 6 or 7 losers. It's just been remarkable the way the pullback has happened. But it'll be interesting to see what the mid-cap and the small-cap indices did and what the broader market stocks did. Because remember, the last 3 days and even on Friday, there has been this heavy bout of, how do I say it, outperformance by the mid-caps compared to the large caps. And in today's session too, the breadth was terrific, close, slightly over 2:1 in favor of the advances. Now, a few stocks that I do want to highlight. I mean, there is something that's up, right? With everybody scratches their heads in wonder as to what's happening with the Adani Group stocks, and it could take quite some time to explain in detail. I'll give you some technical factors. The RSI of the Adani Group stocks, and we have Adani Total out here today, which was up about 15%, and then a few others were up and about too. But the RSI of the Adani Group stocks, Adani Gas, Adani Total Gas, 91, Adani Ports, 78, Adani Enterprises, 87, Adani Power, 76, Transmission, 83. It's crazy. Adani Green, incidentally, has the lowest RSI at 63. It's just crazy what's happening with the Adani Group stocks. But yeah, let's take that chart back. Let's bring the chart back and try and talk about some of the others too, which did well today. So like a Phoenix, Alok Industries rose up. Remember, it's no longer the erstwhile Alok, but a company which is owned by Reliance Industries now. There's some strength in metals by and large. So it was not just Tata Steel in the large caps. At the broader end of the spectrum, you had companies like Jindal Stainless, Hisar, etc. doing well for themselves too. APL Apollo Tubes did really well for itself, 7%. Ever since they've announced this merger of the subsidiary Tricode with itself, APL Apollo's tube is going just one way, and that's up. It was at, I think, at around 1,065 when the announcement came in. It's gained nearly 200 points in the last couple of days. HEG Graphite India did reasonably okay for themselves too. So all in all, a rally that was, in a manner of speaking, truly broad-based. HDFC AMC, for example, viewers, just a statistic out here, it's up 8.5% today. Volumes are 7 times the 20-day average. What lost out? Orcon, and you would have expected that because of the OFS. Just Dial, after a few days of a manic move, was down about 6%. Symphony gained 20% yesterday, down about 5% in trade. But the losers were few and far in between. Not too many large names which cracked really heavily, which also shows that the market was largely in the buy-only mode in the session today. Now, the key is, viewers, the last few days, we've been talking about sectors which could do well and which touch would have done well because dealers have been talking about them, right? We spoke about sugar day before. Sugar was doing very well yesterday. We spoke about real estate in the morning today. Some of the realty stocks, DLF in particular, had a pretty good outing. The question is, can this up move continue and what can participate? Hitherto, almost all sectors have taken turns. It'll be very interesting to see if indeed the up move in power stocks, for example, continues, because that's looking like that one space that is seeing some serious buying interest, and there are individual triggers for some of the power names as well. So yeah, but Tata Power is a case in point. This month, anytime, we should be hearing about the INVIT, and that should be a further trigger for that. Remember, yesterday or day before, JSW Energy was up about 10%. So Adani Power was up about 9% in trade yesterday. So power generation companies seem to be in the thick of things, and let's wait and watch if they have a rally. But you need a supportive world to have the markets do well continuously. And I think people won't be too disappointed. Europe, the last time I checked, was trading with a fair degree of green, and the US futures were trading with a bit of green. So this is the US spot, by the way. US don't get perturbed by this 0.5 and 0.8% downtick. Actually, the US futures are trading with a bit degree of green on the screen, and that should only augur well. Dow futures about 0.75% higher, NASDAQ about 0.71% higher. I have it on my phone. So some of those indices or some of the global indices seem to be doing okay. And maybe that just gives some positivity for the day tomorrow too. It's also the weekly options expiry, the first of the new series. And after a really strong Feb series, we gain about 1,100 points. It'll be interesting to see what the first expiry of the new series is like. But yep, watch out for power, real estate, manufacturing-led themes, and the PSUs. They seem to be the center of attraction right now. But tomorrow is a fresh day. We'll be back with more action on the trade setup. For now, it's a wrap on this leg of the market wrap, at least. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a safe evening.